It's time for the One Bar and Lupica Show, bringing you anything and everything Minnesota Vikings. Welcome to professional football.
All right, welcome back to another episode of One Bar and Lupica Show. I am One Bar, and today we are going to be looking at best case scenario Vikings mock draft. This isn't pipe dream scenario. This isn't guys that in a perfect world fall to us. This is going to be more of a realistic best case scenario. So every guy that I'm taking, I think, actually has a legit shot of being there for the Vikings, but also would take a little work for them to get there. So no, I'm not gonna say that we're gonna get Andrew Thomas at pick 22. I'm not gonna say we're gonna get Antoine Winfield in round 3. I'm gonna keep it realistic, but I'm gonna also keep it fairly fantastic, at least my eyes. If you guys don't agree, hit me up in the comments. Let me know where I went wrong, who you would have taken. Also, like the video, subscribe, daily Vikings videos. So let's just get right into this thing. So round 1, 2 picks. We're gonna have to make it count in round 1. It's gonna have to be beautiful. So round 1, first pick 22. I am gonna go cornerback. I am gonna go Christian Fulton from LSU. Fulton, you know, the best part about this guy, he thinks his shit does not stink, which I love in a corner. He's got swagger. He's got potential. I think when it comes to corners, I mean, obviously Okudah and C.J. Henderson are no doubt the best corners in this draft, but Fulton definitely has a very high ceiling. When you get to guys like Gladden, you get guys like Jalen Johnson. I think Fulton has the highest ceiling. I think he has a very good chance of being there for the Vikings. He's probably not going to be tossed in week 1 as a starter as a rookie, but he's definitely a guy that you can work in a la Trey Waynes. Remember when we drafted him, they just kind of gradually got him in. And by the end of his rookie year, he was altered quite a bit. And I think Fulton offers that. Yeah, he had some issues as a young buck with some piss tests, but you know what? I think he can get over that. I think the potential is there. So Fulton at 22 would be a very solid pick, and we would have a corner that we could throw in with Hughes, Holton Hill, that would make me feel nice and warm inside. So let's go to pick 25 and see what we got shaking. And anybody who's been watching these videos knows I am a very, very big Mr. Jefferson fan from LSU wide receiver. But the more I look into it, the more I start to come to grips with reality. I don't think he's going to be there at 22 or 25. So I took him out of the equation on this one, but I'm still sticking receiver. A lot of Vikings fans are a little skeptical to go wide receiver in round 1 just because we've seen in the past Cordero Patterson, Laquan Treadwell. They have a very good chance of busting in round 1 when you come to receiver. But I'm going anyways. I'm going with a guy that is a playmaker, highlight machine. Denzel Mims, wide receiver, Baylor. Watch his tape. The guy makes plays. He goes out and gets balls that have no right coming in. He is a little rough around the edges. He's not going to come in and all of a sudden push for that number 1 wide receiver spot. But he's going to come in and he's going to make plays. He's going to be a difference maker on offense. I think it's going to take him a good solid year before we look at even throwing him at number 2. We got Tajay Sharp. We got BC Johnson. So it's not like he has a ton of stiff competition. That's why I think he will be out on the field a lot. I think he's just going to have a little bit of a learning curve. He's fast. He's big. And he will make plays. Worst case scenario is you throw him in there in the red zone. You throw him out there for a big play. And he's going to make plays. But long-term, Denzel Mims, he's going to push to be one of the better receivers in this class. And that's saying something big when you got the top 3 up there with Judy, Ruggs, and CeeDee Lamb. So Denzel Mims is my guy. So we leave round 1 with our corner. We leave round with a receiver. 2 huge needs, and I think it's still solid value for where they went. I don't feel it's a reach at all. Round 2, we're going with the big boy, and we all know we need help along the offensive line. And while round 1, we probably could get Josh Jones or Austin Jackson, I think that's maybe a little bit early. So I'm going Prince Tega Wanago from Auburn. He is a big boy, 6'7", 308, athletic, former guy. He wanted to play basketball, so he's definitely can move out there even for how big he is. Better pass blocker than run blocker, and I'm actually okay with that. And, you know, he's going to be a left tackle in this league. Will he be a left tackle as a rookie? Will he beat out Riley Reif or make Riley Reif bump inside the guard? We'll see about that. I think he'll give him a run for his money, but worst case scenario, we have our guy for the future. Even if he doesn't step on the field as a rookie, I'm fine with that. Round 2, yeah, you want to see a guy that can contribute, but he offers good depth. And he lets us say bye-bye to Riley Reif after this year. I think Reif's still a serviceable offensive tackle. He's not as horrible as everybody says he is. And Prince Tega Wanago, he's got the potential to be very, very good starting left tackle, and I could see him starting his next year. And I'm not writing him off as he won't start as a rookie, but he would have to really wow everybody out there. So we got our corner, we got a receiver, we got our big boy offensive tackle, we got our second pick in round 3, courtesy of Sheldon Richardson. Thank you, Sheldon. We're going defensive line. We're going Raekwon Davis, defensive tackle, Alabama. Very familiar name. Anybody who's watching college football, he's been a big name in college football since his sophomore year. He had his coming out party in his sophomore year. I think he had 8.5 sacks or so. He's definitely cooled down since then, but he is still a very, very good prospect. Round 3, I think that's where he's going to go. I think he's going to be better than his round 3 draft status. He's big, he's tough, he's passionate. You can tell he loves being out there. He loves making big plays. The knock on him is people think he already peaked. And even if he has already peaked, worst case scenario is he offers very good depth and is a guy that can start in this league. He's not going to be somebody that goes out there and gets you 7 to 10 sacks a year, but he's going to go out there and he's going to make plays. He's going to take on double teams, and he's going to free stuff up for the other defensive line. So Davis, we got Michael Pierce, we got Shamar Stephen, we got Armand Watts, we got Jaleel Johnson, Jalen Holmes. So I think Davis would pretty much bump himself up the depth chart quite a bit. As a rookie, he would get playing time. He would offer some of that depth we need. Our next round 3 pick, Ben Bartsch. I'm double dipping on offensive line. Anyone from Minnesota is probably very familiar with Ben Bartsch from St. John's. D3 guy. That is his big knock, as he's from D3. But we've seen guys, Ali Marpet, we've seen Brandon Fusco, small schooler guys come in, show that they can play with the big boys, and show huge, huge value. Bartsch, what I love about him, he's an offensive tackle, but he's a guy looked at that he's probably going to bump in the guard. And we all know we need guard help. So Ben Bartsch, end of round 3, huge, huge value. Adding him to Prince Tega Wanago gives us 2 guys in the top 3 rounds that could push for starting spots as a rookie. Bartsch he would offer depth at tackle, push for a starting guard spot. I think he'd push Pat Elflein right off the bat as a starter and probably win, because Pat Elflein, we all know Pat Elflein. Bartsch, he went to the Senior Bowl, showed that he hold his own. Unfortunately, he got hurt right before the game, but all throughout the practice, he got nothing but rave reviews. And he's tough, he's big, he's smart, and he can be a very, very good offensive line. Again, kind of like Tega Wanago. Does he make that impact as a rookie? Who knows? But he does not have very much competition, so I could see him starting very early in his career. I'm gonna have a sip to Mr. Bartsch here. So let me run this thing down for you so far. Christian Fulton, Denzel Mims, Prince Tega Wanago, Raekwon Davis, Ben Bartsch. So not too shabby. We're squashing needs. We're getting value. And I think we're getting some pretty damn good players. Round 4, I'm going to double dip again in another position. And I'm not even just – this one isn't just coming from my heart. It's coming from what we need. And I'm going Tyler Johnson, Minnesota Gopher wide receiver. We've all seen him up and close. He's gotten better every damn year he's been with the Gophers. He probably would have actually gone earlier if he came out last year, just because this is a very, very thick wide receiver class. So that's going to bump his stock down a little bit. But very good route runner, makes tough catches, makes plays after the catch. I think he is going to be a very, very solid number 3 receiver in this league with potential to move up to that number 2 spot. Like I said, he's gotten better every damn year. He just makes plays. He gets the ball in his hand. He can take it to the house anytime he's touching the ball. He's tough. Yes, he needs to work on actually catching the ball a little bit better, but that will come with time. Tyler Johnson, adding him with Denzel Mims, adding him with Tajay Sharp, Adam Thielen, BC Johnson. it makes our wide receiving core a little less gross, and it's something to get a little bit excited about. So adding him into the mix, I think as a rookie, he's probably looking at the 4 or 5 spot as a receiver. But again, like Mims, I think he's going to make plays. I think you'd see some action. So Tyler Johnson, you can stay right here in the state of Minnesota. I'd be just fine with that. And round 5, we're going cornerback. We're getting another corner. I don't like waiting between round 1 and round 5 to get another corner. But that's just the way the cards fell. And I think we're getting some decent value here with A.J. Green, Oklahoma State corner. He's been a riser this offseason, had a very good Senior Bowl. He's very physical. He's been a starter the last 3 years with plenty of experience. I think he's ready to contribute. Day one is about a number 4 corner. And he's got the size. He's a little rough around the edges. We all know what Zimmer can do with corners, and I'm banking that he can turn him in. I mean, Green's ceiling is probably a number 3 corner or so. But in round 5, I consider that pretty damn good. So A.J. Green, Holton, like I said, we already got Christian Fulton. We got Holton Hill. We got Mike Hughes. A.J. Green, I think you would fill out the bottom of that depth chart with Chris Boyd as well. So very good value. He has enough potential. And again, what I love about him is his experience and the fact that he is ready to step in. Will he be great? No, but he'll be good enough for that spot we need him to be. So we got round 6 and round 7. I'm not even going to get into those guys. We all know what happens when the Vikings get to round 6 and round 7. They trade back 50 times. They end up with 19 seventh rounders and about 15 sixth rounders. So your guess is as good as mine. But I think we'll get some values out of those rounds. In a perfect world, we get a guy like Anthony Gordon from Washington State, a quarterback prospect. Something you'll see I definitely did not address in these first 5 rounds. But Anthony Gordon's a guy, 5th, 6th round guy, good project player. Had a huge year at Washington State, only 1 year starter. He's raw. He loves to sling that thing. He could be very fun to watch. So I'm pulling for him in round 6, round 7. Carter Coughlin, another Gopher. Special teams demon. I think they got to figure out where they're going to play him, but he's going to be about a round 7 guy. So that would be good. Trey Adams, another offensive lineman from Washington that except for his injuries, he was pretty damn good, but that is going to bump him down. So that is a high risk, high reward. Basically around 6, round 7, I think we need to look at depth at another corner, even if it's 3, possibly another receiver, and that would be a 3rd receiver. More offensive line, possibly getting a quarterback prospect. Another guy I want to mention, Miles Dorn, safety from North Carolina, man crush. Big old man crush. Love that guy. So let's just run through this real quick. Christian Fulton and Denzel Mims in round 1. Prince Tegawanago, offensive tackle in round 2. Go to round 3, we got Raekwon Davis from Alabama, D tackle, and Ben Bartsch, guard tackle from St. John's. Round 4, we get Tyler Johnson, we get our own. And then round 5, we go back to corner, and we get A.J. Green. So I think this is pretty damn good best case scenario. Again, not a pipe dream, all very realistic, addressing some needs and getting values. So let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe. Tomorrow we'll be back talking more draft.